All right, a very good morning to all of you, and a very warm welcome to the Science of Mind Club. And today in the Sunday Club, we are going to continue our journey of self coaching. And this coaching journey is very, very important because it is for us to be a coach for ourselves. Okay, so we have done a lot of these sessions in past, and the coaching journey has especially been something that people have liked, and especially in the coaching journey, we started with the power of intention, that how important is for us to set up the right intention, practice pause, practice reflective questioning, making sure that we are listening, thinking, and starting our lives with gratitude, our coaching journey with gratitude, accountability in action, seeking the right mentors. Feed forward is something that we have already discussed, goal setting. And last session was particularly important, where we discussed that how can we actually go deeper in our journeys, go deeper in our way of connecting with ourselves. So today again, we are on this beautiful journey of self-coaching and starting with some positive thoughts, some positive quotes. I especially like this picture because this picture is about taking control of your environment, making sure that you get the right environment for yourself. So just like this fish, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. You shouldn't wait for anybody else, but you should be the one who should take charge of your life, of your goals, of your hopes and dreams. Okay, so that's the first thing, very first thing that I want to share with you on this call. Yeah, and this is very important about understanding the importance of friends. Today is the friendship day, so a very happy friendship day to you as well as to all the listeners who will be listening to this recording later on. Friends, we feel that when we are connected with the right people, we grow. And this is where the importance of a tribe is there. You are sum total or the sum average of people who you are hanging out with. So this means that your vibe attracts your tribe, and being in the right tribe is very, very important. And the whole tribe of the Science of Mind Club is found on principles of how can we positively support each other on this journey of learning positive psychology, learning things like neurolinguistic programming, and coaching for that matter is another powerful way of shifting our inner reality, our mindset. Okay, so you are in the right tribe, you are in the right community. Now, this is the power of questions or the power of questioning. Through each question, we are learning something. So, the way how we should teach ourselves as well as others is not by instructions. If you are following the same instructions, if you are following upon the same instructions, you're going to learn the same things over and over again. But if you are changing your questions, you are going to change the outcomes that you are getting in your life. Okay, so, change your questions, change your reality. This is my one of the very favorite quotes, and this is from Thich Nhat Hanh, who's the Buddhist monk. And if you look at this singing bowl, as they say, they call it singing bowl. You remove this wooden stick around it, the bowl starts to sing. So this bowl is basically a singing bowl, but what is resonating within it is the emptiness, the silence. So what is making the bowl sing is the silence. What is making us really, really connect with ourselves is that silence. What makes us connect with each other is that mindful silence, the mindful pause. The true leadership blooms when you listen with no intention to reply, which means when you hold that silence, when you hold that sphere of silence, when you are connected with each other, that is where the true leadership will bloom. Okay. And last but not the least, this is my invitation for all of you, that you are on a journey as a leader, you are on a journey as a hero. You're writing your life story, you're writing your best story of your life, which is your biography. So, your life is your myth in motion. Coach yourself as the hero or the heroine of your story. Okay, so make sure that you are coaching yourself when you are taking this step on this call for adventure called life. Okay. And this is where the Science of Mind Club is again a place where we are holding this intention of coaching ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. Okay. And the reason why we want to become a better version of ourselves is because the world needs more leaders, the world needs more coaches. Okay. Two of the inspiration figures for us have been Thich Nhat Hanh, Marshall Goldsmith, and this is a vision to help people step into their higher self, connect with each other, connect on these topics. And this is definitely a pro bono initiative where we want you to take that pause every Sunday. And in that pause, I'll be sharing one thought, one idea. And for the last few weeks, we have been focusing on the idea of self coaching. Now, if you're still curious, then, you can definitely visit our Google site and feel free to share this knowledge because curiosity helps you to learn every day. Okay. So before I share the concept of the day, what I have done is that I've been getting a lot of messages from our community members that, hey, what is this overall journey looking like, or what all we can expect in our journey of self coaching. So that is where I have put together the roadmap. Okay. And this is for the first time. And especially to those of you who have joined in person, you will be getting this as a special treat. And you can take a snapshot of the next screen and you can save it with you because this is what I would say is a very, very instrumental roadmap for your self coaching journey. Okay. So, what it is, friends, as you know, that we are on this journey of self coaching and we are developing it inside out. That means mindset, skill set, and tool set. These three things we are focusing on. Before the tool set, it is the skill set. Before the skill set, it's always the mindset. Okay, so mindset first, rest everything aside. So the first 7 classes that we have focused on are on building the right mindset. So let me give you a summary of what we covered in those first 7 lectures. Okay, the first one was about power of intention. The second class was about practicing pause. The third one was about asking questions. Fourth one, listening and thinking. Fifth one, thanking or gratitude. The sixth one was about accountability. And seventh was about seeking mentors. And this is where we took a pit stop, and there is a pit stop recording. So, see, we are building this brick by brick. We are building this one session build on top of the other session. What we have already covered is the right mindset for self coaching. The second thing is how do we kind of attain the skill set. So these are the 7 skills that we are now into. So we are right in the middle of the journey where we have already covered feed forward, goal setting. The last session was about going deeper, and then transforming reality is the topic for the day. And similarly, there are topics laid out for the rest of the skills. Okay, and once you're done with the skills, I will be sharing more tools so that you can bring all of this together and you can create a roadmap for yourself for taking your journey further. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with the topic for the day. And as I said, that this is the roadmap of the 21 self coaching sessions or the self coaching classes that we'll be getting into. We are right on session 11. So, a very warm welcome to this special session, which is on transforming reality. I'll tell you why it is important. Okay. Because in coaching, as Peter Drucker said, the most important thing in communication to hear what isn't being said, and it's to see what is always there in front of us, but is always ignored. Okay, which we call as the reality which is always ignored. So the very first thing that I want to share with this group is that understand the reality better. Okay, you have already set a goal for yourself. You already have a right mindset. Now this one is about understanding the reality. As somebody said, reality is like a huge elephant which is experienced by 6 blind men. We all know the story of 6 blind men who are uh, trying to, who for the first time in their life, they see an elephant or they feel an elephant rather, and they feel a different part of the elephant. Okay. For the blind man who's standing near the ears, the person said that, oh, This creature is like fan, you know, because they were very, very large ears. Whereas the one standing on the extreme end near the tail, person said, no, no, this creature is like a snake because I can see it is like a snake. Third one who's standing near the belly of the elephant said that no, it's like a wall. This creature is something huge like a wall. Okay? Whereas the one who's standing near the foot of the elephant, he said no, it's a tree basically. To me, it is a tree. And the other one similarly, they are replying. They have their own interpretation of reality. Understand, we have to face the reality as it is, not as you wish it were, but what it actually is, what it truly is, and then you have to coach yourself from there. Okay? So the very first thing we have to say is understand and define your reality. Okay, understanding your reality is important. Defining it is further more important for your goals. What can we do to define our realities? We can ask questions that, hey, if it is my goal, if it is my hope, my dream, my ambition for my higher self, how real it is, how realistic is my goal? Yes, that's a question that you can ask yourself. And you answer all those questions with brutal honesty, what we can call as compassionate candor, okay? Radical candor. You answer your questions with brutal honesty because that is the reality on which you're working. We are not making this reality to suit somebody's ego or to suit somebody's whims and fancies, but this is actually about our growth. So if you are serious about your growth, there has to be some serious questioning. You have to ask yourself question like, will it help you to achieve your aim? If my current reality is this and I want to hope for a better reality, is the goal that I'm having and the reality I am in, is it going to help me achieve what I want to achieve? And how will I balance my goal with my work, with my priorities, with my day-to-day life? That is also a reality which is going on. In a way, it is giving you this kind of a questioning, understanding reality, the mindset of defining the reality. It is helping you come out of that make believe world. Okay, so the picture I've chosen is the AR/VR glasses where people get into a different reality. No, it is about removing all the glasses. It is about removing all the perceptions of mind and actually looking from your mind's eye that what is most important for you in that moment and what is the current reality that you are in. Because for you to go to the next level, it is important that you realize where you are right now and you get a very, very clear picture of where you are. Okay, so this is the holistic truth of life. Okay, your goals and your aspirations cannot be something which is non-holistic, cannot be something which is out of balance. You cannot say that, all right, I can set up an unrealistic goal for myself and my objective is that I will be just changing my life completely. No, that's not always possible. You have to have goals in your life which are holistic, which are ecological, and which are well balanced in the rest of the areas of your life. And that's how we actually grow. It is about acceptance and orientation. So you accept where you are in life, you accept that, okay, this is my reality. Now it is about a non judgmental stance. It is not about, oh my God, I'm in such a situation. And no, the situation is really, yes, the situation can be bad at times, but it means that still understanding that you are also getting a very, very real acknowledgement of what you don't have plus what you have, which means doing a very fair evaluation of your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and what are the threats. We cannot be just focused on one side. Okay, people said that no good news is a news. Only, when you open a newspaper, you always find all the news which are not so good, not so great. Bad news is always reaching us faster. That's just one part of the reality. The reality is still there lies a lot of hope in the world. There lies a lot of, you know, aspirations in the world. dreams in the world. So why don't we focus on that part as well? So when you evaluate your own goals, don't just look at your weaknesses. Look at your strength. What is the reality of your strength? What is the reality of what gives you an edge over others? What are some of the hopeful areas which can help you achieve your goal? What are the obstacles that you have for your goal? So do a fair evaluation. Have that acceptance that yes, these are the areas where I'm doing extremely well. These are the areas where I can do better. And then orient yourself for the direction in which you want to go. That, in true sense, friends, is evaluating reality. Because if you want to transform the reality, if you want to change the reality in the way you want, first of all, the thing we have to do is that we have to understand the reality in the correct sense. We have to understand, we have to accept. And it has to be realistic. When it is realistic, when your goals are realistic and holistic, that is when they are possible. Okay? So that's how we have to evaluate our goals. That's how we have to make sure that our goals are very, very clear and aligned with the realities of our life. Okay? And that doesn't mean that if you are in a reality which is not as per you, then you cannot go into a better. You can get into a better reality. You can change your life. Okay? But the key question there you have to ask is, what actions have you taken till date, or what actions that you plan to take will help you to achieve your goals? And I'm not meaning that you have to take some very big actions, you have to take some really, really, giant leaps. No. Sometimes these actions can be micro actions. Sometimes these actions can be, something like some of you decided to do on a Sunday morning. Okay, all right, let me take some positive inspiration by joining this Sunday class. Okay. That can be one small step. For some of you, it can be, all right, let me just connect with myself in that moment of silence and let me just take one small action towards my goal. Let me journal it today. Let me write a plan. Let me just take that walk. Okay? It can be as simple as that. But taking a simple step which is holistic, which is not something which is disturbing your reality all across, something which is well balanced, something which is realistic, that is what you can do. You think that what skills do you have or you will need to develop in order to achieve your goal? Okay, so that means being very, very, judgmental and understanding that not what you all have is going to take you there, but certain things you have to also learn. And that is where you have to understand that there can be certain skills that you have to develop on your hero's journey when you're writing this beautiful story of your life. Learning is a great thing. So I want to leave you guys with one question. What is your current reality? Ask yourself, what is my current reality? And are my goals realistic? So, the first problem that we discussed in few classes earlier was people not having goal at all. So they don't know the goal in their life, so they don't know where they are heading. Now, there can be another problem that they have a goal in life, but those goals need to be realistic. Okay, so friends, in today's section on this self coaching series on self mastery and achieving your goals, becoming a better version, it is important that you understand the reality, you define the reality with utmost honesty, utmost truth, you accept the life stage where you are, and you also accept that there are certain strengths, certain areas where you have an edge, where you already have a very strong competence already developed, and there are areas where you have to learn few skills, develop few skills, and that becomes a very fair evaluation of reality. And any step that you take, work towards your goals, to work towards your ideas in life, to grow forward in your life, that has to be realistic, that has to be a balance. It cannot be something really out of your reach, but some micro actions that you can take daily. And it's a very, very fair evaluation of your current reality and your goals in that reality. Okay? So I'll take a pause here, and the journey ahead, we'll be covering the next 10 topics which will help you develop the self coaching journey, because coaching is definitely a very, very important area, important skill that can help you grow in your life. And I'll be sharing more examples with you, more hands on tools with you, which will you progress on this journey towards your goal. Okay. So I'll take a pause here. If there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. Uh, Vignesh, Sharti, anyone of you has any questions, I'll be happy to answer. You can also just put your question on the chat window and I can read from there and answer. Yeah. Usually what I'll say is that people who are joining the live class, they will have that advantage, because see friends, I want to give this opportunity to all of you who can get their questions answered immediately, but then there are certain things for which I would be rewarding people who are getting up early, getting onto this call, so that's where you get a live interaction. And for those who are already on this journey with us of coaching, and you are watching all those videos, you have not missed a class, whether you will not were not able to make it to the live class, but you watched the video on our YouTube channel and you are getting some insights out of it, I would recommend that you should start jotting down your insights for the benefit of others, as well as a comment on our YouTube videos, so that the others also know that what are your takeaways. And if some of you are engaged in that particular way and you are sharing that, okay, this is our story, I would be handpicking 3 4 people, and you will be getting a chance, you will stand a chance to win a one-on-one coaching conversation with me, where I'll be helping you to work with you on your goals. Okay, so that is my invitation for those who are inclined and who want somebody as a coach on a pro bono basis. It will be a free coaching conversation that I'm sharing, and I'll be happy to partner with you on this journey. So share what you have learned with others. Sharing is a beautiful thing. Learning is a life-giving activity. Take care of your parents. Take care of your loved ones. Keep on learning. Learning is fun, and I'll just show you that how does our page looks like. Yeah, this is what our page looks like, and you will find this community which we are building on YouTube. It is not built on anything which is like a day-to-day topic, or it is not like most of the times people find just funny reels and things like that. No, you will find some great interviews and podcasts from the coaches who are there from across the world. You will find the content which is well curated on the topics of mindfulness, neuro-linguistic programming, positive psychology. So if you have not seen it, I urge you to go on this page, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and go through these learning resources and share your takeaways. And for the daily dose of inspiration, there is this page on Instagram called Coach Sutra, where I have put a lot of mindfulness based coaching and leadership quotes together. Yeah, you can just scan the QR code and you'll be there. I'll be soon coming up with the third edition of my book, which is called the 7 Course Leadership Menu. And this book has a great toolkit, a 7 part toolkit, which can support you on your leadership journey. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me an email straight away. My email ID is selfmasteryzone@gmail.com. And once again, I would like to thank you for your commitment, for going ahead on your journey of coaching yourself, becoming a better version, and sharing it with the world. Okay, so thank you so much for your time on this Sunday. Wish you a great week ahead. Have a nice day. Bye.